Hello, dear delegates of NV1, and welcome to your topic overview. Now, as you have seen, our topic addresses mental health and education, so before we begin we should define what mental health actually is. Mental health, as the World Health Organization defines it, is a state of well-being in which every individual is aware of their own potential, can work productively and fruitfully, is able to cope with the stresses of everyday life, and can make a contribution to their community. Depressive disorders, specifically, can be characterized by sadness, feelings of tiredness, feelings of guilt or low self-worth, disturbed sleep or appetite, poor concentration, and loss of interest or pleasure. Only by the definition you can imagine that all of these have a tremendous impact on the life of an individual, even more so if an individual is a child or a student. And that's exactly where school comes in. First of all, the school is the place where most people spend most of their time. Also, it's an educational facility, so it should also educate them about mental health perhaps, and it also affects the social life of the individual. Overall, it should facilitate a safe space for them to openly talk about their problems.
However, what is being done to tackle the problem? Since 2005, the European Commission has recognized the need to include mental health among the first priorities of the public agenda, after having acknowledged the fact that it has repercussions on individuals, societies, and economies. Nowadays, the main focus is on the development of the European framework for action on mental health and well-being, through the employment of tools such as the EU Compass for Action on Mental Health and Well-being, which is a mechanism developed to collect, exchange, and analyze information on actions regarding mental health. Among the priorities for the year 2017, there was an increase of mental health in schools. As stated by the World Health Organization, nowadays from 10 to 20% of children and adolescents worldwide experience mental disorders, with half of the cases beginning around the age of 14. Nevertheless, only around 60% of member states have national strategies to tackle the problem, with educational institutions struggling to efficiently face it. The main barriers to the provision of sufficient support to children and adolescents suffering of mental disorders in schools are limits to staff capacity, funding, and to the access to specialists and local mental health services. Furthermore, it is extremely important to underline the controversy of the international legislation on the matter. Within the educational systems, many institutions complain about the lack of binding acts on a European level. This is mainly due to the division of the competencies within the EU, which has supporting competencies on education and such areas of public health. This means that it is up to the member states to design their own healthcare system, while the EU can only act to complement the national policies, set common objectives, and offer support in case of pandemics.
Should the EU establish a common system to address mental health care issues in schools, and if so, how could it happen?
Taking into account the EU's approach on community mental health care, how can schools and the state further cooperate with the community, and what would be the advantages of doing that?
How can safeguarding mental health become an integral part in every school environment?
What further steps could be taken to identify and examine the barriers educational systems face as far as mental health is concerned?